When it comes to Saturday morning television, we usually talk about those fun cartoons. But during the Generation X childhood era, live action kid shows were mixed with the cartoons. In this new series, I will take a deeper dive into those live action TV kid shows that most of us 70s kids forgot all about.
Big John has a problem, as you can plainly see. 1 minute he's 40, the next he's 33. Big John keeps a changing before your very eyes. He's 25, and then 19, then 12 years old inside.
On this episode, we look at the forgotten live action television show, Big John, Little John. The show premiered on September 11th, 1976, and would run for only 13 episodes on NBC. The producer of the show was no stranger to TV. Sherwood Schwartz was a very successful producer of many primetime shows that kids grew up watching. From the always funny Gilligan's Island to the sometimes too serious Brady Bunch, Sherwood knew how to produce a show that kept kids watching. The show, Big John, Little John, told the story of a middle-aged school teacher, John Martin. While on vacation, he takes a drink from the fountain of youth. He thought it would make him instantly young, but what it did instead would make him shift back and forth from middle-aged man to young preteen. Hence the name of the show, Little John, Big John.
What's happening? Who said that? What a little voice! What it fits! I look like I'm 12.
As you can guess, he couldn't control it. 1 minute he might be in the middle of some adult activity and then suddenly turn into a kid with no warning. This wasn't something easy to hide, especially as a married father.
Just stop calling me honey. Only my husband calls me honey.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Where'd you get the keys to our house?
From my coat pocket.
The problem was Big John only took a sip of the water. If he took a full drink, he wouldn't have to keep swapping back. He would have turned 12 permanently. But he wasn't alone dealing with this. As I said, he was a married father. His wife Marjorie knew of his issues, as did his 14-year-old son Ricky. His boss, school principal Bertha Bottomley, knew something was odd about John, but she couldn't quite figure it out. I mean, it would be a huge leap for her to think that he was turning into a 12-year-old boy.
You guys don't hate it half as much as I do.
So was it strange that a 12-year-old boy was hanging around the family? Not really. They came up with a cover plan. They would tell everyone that the 12-year-old kid was their nephew who just suddenly showed up out of the blue time to time. Sounded like that cousin that was on another show by Sherwood. Anyway, it's not all that bad because Big John could use Little John's knowledge to keep up with how 12-year-old kids acted in 1976, which would help him understand his students better. Big John was played by Herb Elliman, a veteran actor who would show up in a lot of TV shows we watched growing up. Most people probably know him best as Dorothy's ex-husband on The Golden Girls. He also starred with Bill Bixby in the controversial PBS show Steam Bath in 1973. I don't know what that is either, but it sounds horrible. As for Little John, he was played by child actor Robbie Rist. And yes, you're right, that's Cousin Oliver. He would later go on to divorce Michelangelo in 3 of the Ninja Turtle movies. Mary Tyler Moore Show's Joyce Bellafant played the mother on the show. But you might be like me and know her best as, hey, it's that lady from Airplane.
And I wanted to know if life had a purpose and what it all means in the end.
The Martin son, Ricky, was played by Michael Darnell, who would grow up to become the president of alternative entertainment for the Fox network, and then he would become president of unscripted television for Warner Brothers. So now you know who to blame for all those reality shows that you hate.
Wow, you let him have it all right.
The show never really found its audience, mostly due to its timing. By 1976, most of the live-action kids shows were fading out as kids wanted more cartoons to watch while they ate their big bowl of Saturday morning cereal. Also, it wasn't really a kid show. It tried to get the older kids and families. It was more of a show that the family would watch after the little kids watched cartoons. But this was the 1970s. After the cartoons were over and the cereal was all gone, we wanted to head outside and ride our bikes and explore the world around us. By 1977, NBC killed off most of its live-action Saturday morning shows, with Big John Little John getting the axe in December of 1976. With only 13 episodes, you can kind of understand how the show got forgotten, even among the kids who grew up in the 70s. It never had a lasting pop culture status like Land of the Lost. It's mostly remembered today as that show Cousin Oliver did. It's not a bad show. I think if NBC aimed for a 7 p.m. time slot, it could have worked. It would have been a great lead-in to the primetime shows. Even if it didn't work, I think it would have lasted longer than 13 episodes. There was no big final episode. We never got a real ending. We never saw if they fixed the problem. Did Big John spend the rest of his life flipping back and forth? Did the 12-year-old kid take over the body? Or did Big John get tired of it all and end his own life? Sadly, those questions never got answered. There was a rumor that if there was a season 2, we would spend more time with the 12-year-old boy. And this season, we spent more time with the dad. In the final episode, titled Abracadabra, it told the story of Homer, one of the school friends of the 12-year-old boy. He wanted to quit school and become a magician because he thought he turned Little John into Big John. That episode is pretty wacky, and that's no surprise when you see who wrote it. The Zucker brothers and Abrams, the comedy team trio that would give us Airplane and the Naked Gun series. Overall, the series just didn't work for the time. Some said that NBC was just trying to cash in on the summer hit Freaky Friday, but Big John Little John was already in production before that movie was released. In the end, kids just wanted cartoons before heading out for a day of fun.
Yeah. What is the point?
Well, that's a look at the forgotten live-action Saturday morning show, Big John, Little John. Let me know in the comments, did you ever watch this? What did you think of it? Do you even remember it? I bet most of you don't.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.